Alright, so your top 8 duelists are Jake Quincy in first place, Wang Chia-Ching, last year's champion, second place, not too bad.
That's a good place to be.
And then we've got our player here, Kohei Sukimitsu, came in third. Herman Hansen was fourth.
From Sweden, he did make it in.
Koki Kosaka was fifth. Our other duelist, Angel Rivera, sixth. Samir Bashir made it into seventh. And surprising everybody, the only duelist to make it in on just 9 points, Dakota Angelov.
That's what I meant, just squeaked in. Yes, because we saw him lose that last round and we weren't sure if he was going to make it, but
there were so many draws that I thought for sure there'd be enough 10 points to keep him out, but he made it with 9.
Oh, congratulations to him making it into the final playoff rounds. This is like literally the best of the best that we have remaining at this point. And the hands are loading in, and oh, there's a throwback, compulsory evacuation device for Angel.
Compulsive, that's a really strong card.
It's always been really, really strong.
It is, and it's even stronger now when people are just piling a ton of materials into one monster and just trying to ride that one monster to victory.
Oh yeah, I've always loved compulsory evacuation. Oh, which set did that come out in originally?
Another Invasion of Chaos card.
Yeah, there you go. Probably the best set of all time. And actual fact, that's an interesting question for you guys back home. What do you believe was the greatest Yu-Gi-Oh set of all time? Go ahead and throw your thoughts in the comments.
Alright, so we got Trickstar Light Stage.
Yeah, I'm also loving that Thunder King Ryo as well. There's some real retro stuff going on here.
It's Trickstar Candina. Now, Trickstar Candina is actually semi-limited in this format. Trickstar Light Stage is not limited yet.
Yes.
But Candina is semi-limited as it is in Japan and Asia, and Trickstar Reincarnation is limited there. So bringing Trickstar anyways, even with those restrictions on it, is a real show of confidence.
And it's clearly paid off for him. He's right here in the top 8. Just winning this round and getting into the top 4 would be huge for him. Especially when the prize cards for the World Championships, I believe they're issued to the top 4 competitors.
I think it's top 3.
Oh, was it top 3 this time?
Top 3.
Yeah. So you got to win 2 more matches.
Yep. So Thunder King Ryo prevents your opponent from adding cards from the deck to the hand. Well, neither player can. I'm thinking of Colossus, which is the one-sided version of this card, Thunder Dragon Colossus.
I remember when Thunder King Ryo came out years ago, and it took a little while before it I think it really caught on, and it's just like, this card is
well, part of that's because
crazy.
It was a manga promo.
Yeah,
it was just hard to get copies.
Yeah.
And the other thing that's neat about it is you can send it to the graveyard to negate a special summon. So a Link summon, Synchro summon, stuff like that will work. Or rather, won't work if you negate them.
Yeah, so let's see where Angel goes from here.
Doing a good job so far, without being able to search.
Yeah, he goes Light Stage out.
Destroyed that with, what, Foxy?
Yeah.
Discarding the circle he couldn't play.
Well, where is he going from here? Because he can't. If he goes for the Benelux, he can't get his field spell.
And I think Sukimitsu might drop Yeah, drops Phantasme right there.
Yeah, that's strong.
He's going to pick up 2 cards, shuffle 1 back.
I think he drew a... Is that Crackdown? Yeah,
I believe it is. Crackdown's another really strong trap card. Came out on Dark Neostorm. It's kind of like Snatch Steal, but as a trap card. Can't attack or activate the effects of the monster you take, though. But also your opponent doesn't gain any life points.
And they never get it back. Just like Snatch Steal.
Yep. That combined with Compulsory Evacuation Device, if you play them together in the same deck, like a Trickstar deck, like an Altergeist deck, it can be a very powerful combination, especially when you're expecting a lot of heavy monster decks.
And Trap Trick is a really cool card, actually. I really like how you can really evaluate a situation, and if you've built your deck with a lot of trap cards in, you've got like quite a few options. But the more options you have, the more you end up diluting your deck with too many trap cards, which makes you vulnerable going second. So Trap Trick is like a really interesting deck building card.
Another underrated card at first, but it caught on eventually. Trickstar Light Stage comes down, can't use the search effect because of Thunder King, but you can use the Spell and Trap Freezing effect, and he does so on Angel's middle set card.
That effect first appeared on Bait Doll, I want to say, right? Back in Labyrinth of Nightmare?
Sort of. This kind of delayed action thing
Yeah, I
was
know, it's
kind of
slightly
unique,
different.
but Bait Doll forced... Bait Dolls, it's... We don't think about Bait Doll.
Bait Doll causes too many questions.
I actually just got a headache thinking about it.
Sorry to bring that back to you. And there's a compulsory evacuation device coming down. Well, going up in this case, as it fires Thunder King Ryu 50 feet into the air back into Tsukimitsu's hand.
That's interesting. He basically lost out on 2 search effects here. Both his Light Stage and his Candina, and just got the Thunder King bounced away.
Yeah, that's not good.
See if he goes a little further, because he's got that Lycoris in hand already.
Yeah, so he could go for the aggressive push.
Trickstar Candina burns your opponent for all the spells and traps they play. Lycoris for all the cards that are added to their hand. Not necessarily the cards they add to their hand by themselves. So you can help with things like Trickstar Reincarnation. During the end phase, he goes ahead and activates that trap trick that was frozen. You are forced to make a choice in the end phase. You must either activate that card or send it to the graveyard.
And in this case, it's getting used to set a Salamangreat Rage. And Angel's back up.
Tsukimitsu, rather intimidating field there with Phantasme.
Yeah, Phantasme going to be preventing a lot of targeting here. And Flame Buffalo. Crackdown, immediately taking that away from Angel.
Interesting, grabbing it right away.
Yeah, I don't believe Angel has any cards left here.
Link some there for Balinks.
Yeah, he will be able to get his Salamangreat Sanctuary this time because the Thunder King Ryu is no longer in play.
He gets it. And he did take 400 for that Trap Trick activation. 200 from Candina, 200 more from Light Stage.
Yes, the tiny pings that all add up. And there we go, Crackdown getting cleared out.
And he uses the 2 C summon. Raj Stalio, and that's going to get hit immediately.
By compulsory evacuation device.
And he's thinking about it. 'Cause he's got, I think he's got an impermanent set, right? And if it's in that column, he can negate the effect of something else, or try to. Phantasme is still there.
Oh, he's going for the Rage and he's tributing.
Oh, and he got him. He got him with the impermanence. Well played by Angel there.
Yeah, that was, he built that on up and sets Tsukimitsu up, and then gets him with a huge exchange right there. And now he's pretty much free to keep do whatever he wants, right?
More or less. He's loaded up with Balinxes as well to make it harder to break through.
Yeah, and Tsukimitsu, one of the 2 cards in his hand is known as Thunder King Ryu, and that's not going to answer a fully established field at this point. I mean, technically it can attack over Sunlight Wolf, but there's, as you mentioned, the Balinx in the graveyard, so that's not really going to be clearing anything out on its own. So Terraforming also in his hand, so that's a Light Stage, so there is potential, there is some plays available.
Yeah, he's got 3 Light Stage, he's only played 2 so far.
Yeah, so he's still got quite a bit of action he can make happen.
Mirage Stalio takes out Candina. And then the 2 are combined. Sunlight Wolf.
And then the Jaguar comes back, triggering the Sunlight Wolf.
too many choices there.
I believe that was Gazelle, that was the scrub.
Yep.
And Rage being reset.
Yeah, I mean, he sets it, but the first thing that's going to happen most likely is that it'll get locked down.
No, Light Stage straight away. Okay. Yep.
This is a tough one because he has to. The specific wording of Rage can be a little tricky.
Sugimitsu picked up Scapegoat.
I don't see a whole lot of that one these days. Ever since it became limited.
Yeah, it used to be like the main reason people wanted to play Trickstar is that you could play 3 copies of Scapegoat in that deck, as basically being able to play all the powerful Link monsters. And when the consistency dropped, a lot of people moved away from Scapegoat.
So he releases the hold on the Rage to activate his second light stage. And it's chained to destroy it. Thunder King resummoned.
Yep, and the Valix is going to be there.
Take that 100 damage. And on we go. Sugimitsu has Scapegoat face down. He can negate a Link summon.
Yeah, and that Sunlight Wolf is not going to be able to get over the Funking Ryo.
Gets back Jack Jaguar, sending a Sunlight Wolf back to the extra deck. And then uses Sunlight Wolf's other effect to pick up Foul.
Yeah, just thinking through, and we're going to be seeing the Sunlit Wolf slowly getting that incremental advantage.
Got Rage back yet again. And normal summon for Flame Buffalo. Those two link up and become Nightmare Phoenix. And that will be negated.
Yeah. And then here comes Gazelle.
He still did, that draw and discard was the effect of Flame Buffalo.
Yeah, getting a couple of new cards to play around with, and he's drawn another Salamangreat Rage there.
Is he running 2, 3?
2 copies of Salamangreat Rage for Angel.
I guess it just feels like 3 because he's played like 4.
Yeah, Sunlight Wolf is just so good at that. It's just, and there's such absurdly powerful targets for it to return as well. That's going to be seeing Heatleo.
Okay, he activates the Falco, lets him get back a Salamangreat, Speller Trap. His Chain Link 1 is Falco, Chain Link 2 is Helio. Scapegoat is chained.
And we get some Playmaker tokens.
And that is Sugimitsu's only card here.
Yeah, so he's now top decking to stay in this against.
Full hand and Helio.
Yeah, I'm not feeling so good about Sugimitsu's chances, if I'm entirely honest.
And that Rage can take out 3 of these tokens all at once.
Oh, that's brutal. And then there's an Ash Blossom for any kind of searching that Sugimitsu may try and come back with.
Unless he tosses it to Sign Up Mining. And it looks like he's really considering doing that. I can't see why you would do that, though.
Yeah, you don't need to. You've got the game locked down unless he thinks he can win right here and now. But playing through 4 scapegoats, probably not, right?
Yeah, not... I mean, maybe you can clear them, but you can't win. Takes out 1 cheap token. And you can take the rest of them out shortly thereafter. So the gold play with Scapegoat involves, Link Spiders, Link Creebos, all that good stuff. And eventually you wanted to get to something like
Firewall Dragon.
Firewall Dragon, yeah. The old Firewall Dragon Lycris combo, no longer possible, of course, without Firewall Dragon.
I like how we've got like Playmaker tokens to sort of like represent. This could have been a Firewall. And we are going to see Sukimitsu conceding the game.
Yeah, not a whole lot left for him to do on that one. I think it kind of went wrong when he replaced his light stage that was locking down the rage with another one.
Yeah, there was also the massive impermanence play from Angel that's
That too.
put a huge dent in what Sukimitsu was trying to put together. Yeah, then swapping the light stage was what kind of like put him out of action.
Yeah, I didn't see quite what the rage was going after there, but he probably would have had to let that go and then force Angel to flip the impermanence on his own. But even in that case, it would have gotten negated.
I think it was going to be very hard for Sukimitsu to actually win that game, to be honest, thinking about it. But we're going to see the side people diving into the side decks, so let's take a quick look and see what we think might happen.
And Sukimitsu, obviously very confident. He immediately got his choices in, and 15 still in the side deck. Just no hesitation at all that he knew exactly what he was doing.
It's like, okay, I get to choose go first or second. I'm getting Salamangreat. I know exactly what's in and what's out in this situation. Didn't see anything particularly that's special that he felt like he had to think about. It was just like, yep, we know where we are with this.
There's not really a whole lot.
On the other hand, I wonder if Angel really brought in anything that would deal with Trickstar.
Spell and trap removal
can
help a lot.
To slow down the light stages and also all of the other back row that comes with that. Traditionally comes with Trickstar decks. And the players are shuffled up and they're ready to go again.
Nice and fast. Very little downtime.
Angel's hand looks a little bit spell and trap heavy.
Starts off with Pot of Extravagance. Banishes 6. Draw 2. Can't draw cards with effects for the rest of the turn, and he had the Extravagance Desires non-bow there.
That's always the risk when you play both. Like, it feels like your deck is very powerful when you can get that level of draw support in there, but when they overlap, it just has a huge feels bad moment.
He's only got 1 in his deck, 1 Desires.
Oh, so that's so unlucky.
It's just unlucky, yeah.
Oh, Inspector Border? Pass. Salamangreat Circle coming down for Angel. That's going to be picking up Spinny. And Spinny being used as a link material for Appendix, and Phantasime then immediately being dropped.
Yep. And he can do it because now there is a Link Monster on the field. So Link Monster is on the field. That means there's one of these special monster types. It means each player gets 1 monster effect for the turn. And Phantasme's summon, draw, and return is all part of one effect.
Yeah, so that lines up quite nicely for Tsukimitsu. Yeah, seeing Angel, he's still lacking a second monster to do anything with. Because he had to use his Salamangreat Circle this turn already to get his first monster.
Oh, and you can see that he put in a whole lot of spell and trap removal, Twin Twister and Heavy Storm Dust.
Yeah, and Tsukimitsu set absolutely nothing in his first turn. It's just Inspector Border Pass.
And Imperial Orders in there too, wow.
You think this could be a case of potentially overside decking in this situation, or just really unlucky that he's drawn this combination of cards?
I mean, it's entirely possible. It's not like he drew every single piece of spell and trap removal in his deck. But you certainly couldn't tell, which person is playing the trap-heavy deck at the moment.
Yeah, set 5 and go. Oh, looks like Chainburn. That's the way. That's how you'd read it back in the day.
I don't know. That's one too many monsters for Chainburn, I think.
That's true, and it has a field spell.
Chainburn could play a field spell, they probably would, so they could use the Chainlink 1.
Yeah. Just trying to think of which field spell they would have considered playing. I was like, Clock Tower Present? No, why would you bother? It's just your opponent's better when they're dead, not when you're not taking damage.
Flips a Heavy Storm Duster to destroy one light stage. Light stage number 2 is there. He does not appear to have a card in hand, so he can't even Twin Twister that.
Here comes Imperial Order. And Salamangreat Circle.
This doesn't look too good for him, though. He did reincarnate that Bailing, so he can use the second effect of Salamangreat Rage to dodge Phantasme.
And non-targeting removal, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, it targets your Link monster, and then you destroy cards your opponent controls up to its rating.
Right, and Phantasme only prevents effects that would target your monsters.
Yes. Ah, Lycris joins the party.
And a huge hit coming in for Angel.
Light stage, of course, is negated, so you're not getting the extra 200s out of each of these Trickstar battles and abilities.
Yeah, but that's now very low life points, and Angel's forced to pay 700, and he's going to pay 700 again in the very next standby phase, so he's whittling himself down.
And he took 900 total, because Lycris gets him for drawing a card for turn. 200 there, 700 more for Imperial. Doesn't look too good. It fans out his graveyard. Thinking, is there anything in here? What does this all mean?
Yeah, how do you get through here with just a Salamangreat Jaguar? Actually, that's a really good card to have. But he's got nothing to really pair it with. Plus, you're also locked down by the Inspector Border.
Jaguar gets bounced back.
Yeah, Angel, I think, he's picking up his cards, he's seen enough, and he's ready to take this to game 3.
That's a bit of a tough one. I mean, you got all the spell and trap removal, nothing to use it on, no monsters to play with.
Yeah, and Tsukimitsu just runs away with the game, pretty unopposed for all intents and purposes.
That's a tough one to have when you're up 1-0. Having, not even a particularly competitive game, push you to the brink of elimination.
Yeah, because the stakes are really high right here. The loser from this match is just out of the tournament completely. So you had that nice little buffer of, yeah, okay, I won the first one, should be able to roll in the second one. Okay, start drawing my hand, getting a lot of my side deck cards. This is good, this is good, this is too much. Oh god, this is really bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, the player's diving back into their side decks again. This time Angel gets to choose whether he'll be beginning first or going second.
It's highly likely, especially with his higher trap count, that he's going first.
Yeah, I'd be surprised. But then I've had players tell me before, yeah, it's always best to choose one option and then in a YCS final go against what they told you earlier in the day. And you're like, you went against your own advice? Oh yeah, because I had to. And it's like, what? Explain your reasoning.
Had to, huh?
Yeah, it just felt like that. It was like, okay, this is 100% how you do it. You're supposed to do this because this is how you build your deck. And then they literally went on to make the opposite decision to that. And it was like, huh.
Oh, sometimes pressure gets to you.
It worked out for him, though. But it was just kind of like, yeah, fun. Alright, here we go. They're going for the handshake because they both know what this duel means. And Angel confirms he will be taking the first turn of this final game of today. And that's a lot of green and purple.
Oh, one of them is a circle, at least.
I think it's Salamangreat Circle, Will, and Sign Up Mining as well. So yeah, he
It's
can make
kind
some
of
stuff
two
up.
monsters. You just have to use 3 cards to get there.
Salamangreat Circle coming down. Oh, interesting. DD Crow picked up by Tsukimitsu as well.
Yeah, I do like Crow a lot. I think is he main decking or is that a side deck card?
I think he has it main decked actually. To be honest, looking
It's not a bad plan.
just one copy. DD Crow was the first monster of its kind, I believe, wasn't it?
It was in a set with a few monsters that have discard from hand effects. I mean, if you want to get really technical, the first discard from hand effect is Thunder Dragon from Metal Raiders.
Or is it Karibo?
Also from Metal Raiders. I don't know which comes first in the set order.
Ah, there you go. That's an interesting one. How many of you guys back at home know that one off the top of your head? Throw it in the chat. And Malik's come down. Salamangreat Sanctuary going to be searched for by Angel. Will of the Salamangreat is the next card coming into play. And that's going to allow him to get some monsters back.
Yeah, Will is pretty good. So he can summon back his Gazelle, but then also get back his Spinny.
Oh yeah, this is interesting feature that they have. The tablet can actually scan the image of the card, and then it finds the actual card and then brings it up in all possible languages. It was a tool they put together to make the translation process really, really quick for this, to reduce the amount of time spent checking.
Like, the power of that recognition software is otherworldly. Gazelle is banished by DD Crow, but Spinny does come back.
And we're going to see another Benelux. Into Sunlight Wolf. Reincarnation Link Summon. Sunlight Wolf. Sunlight Wolf effect. Bring back Salamangreat Circle. Set Infinite Impermanence. Set Heavy Storm Duster. Set Salamangreat Circle. Randomize the deck and bop your uncle. You're ready to go.
Interesting. That's not a bad suite of backroad cards there. Monster Effect Negation, Spell and Trap Destruction, and a Search of Your Own that in a pinch can be used to protect your Link monster.
Yeah, and then a Benelux in the graveyard as well to make that extra tricky to remove. And
Stage
here comes the Light
activated.
Stage.
Now, previously in this match, he's hit it immediately to keep that search from happening. See if he does it again
Nah,
here.
Angel, I think, just says it's okay.
He's had kind of bad luck with these, where he did, get rid of one and just have another.
Yeah, he might have actually been conditioned in this situation to wait. And he's like, oh, it's a 33% chance that it gets targeted. Actually, no, even if he targets the Heavy Storm Duster, that's surely the best case scenario, because at the end of the turn, after the cards have been committed to the field, you just go, yeah, in phase. clear your stuff up.
And he goes Pankratops, Candina. Pankratops is just an excellent card for this situation.
Yeah, it's a... you just get a special summon, much like Cyber Dragon. It's also huge.
The other neat thing is, like, unlike Cyber Dragon, you can still have monsters when you play it. Your opponent just needs more.
Yeah, and it's got a quick effect just to remove any card as well. Just all around, really, really good card.
Pankratops attacks. Man, he's got the Circle and Permanence, Heavy Storm Duster.
Yeah, where do you go from? What do you use here, if anything?
Yeah, the Pankratops being able to just chain its effect is pretty overwhelming in this scenario.
Okay, let's go Benelux, take a little bit of damage.
Candina does not attack. Oh, no, Candina does attack.
Alright, Candina goes for the trade, and Angel lets it go.
Two cards face down.
The Heavy Storm Duster, which I think was the card that was targeted by Light Stage. Oh no, Infinite Impermanence was the card that was targeted.
Chain Heavy Storm Duster, pretty good.
Yeah, that's some quality spell and trap removal right there.
And it's a good thing that Tsukimitsu did not take the bait here and chain his Pankratops.
Yeah, and Salamangreat Circle as well.
That'll get ashed.
Yep, immediately.
And now Angel is out of monsters.
So all he has access to in play is the Will of the Salamangreat, which he has to use the Benelux to protect.
Summons back Sunlight Wolf.
Yeah, and this is where things can start getting pretty crazy for Angel. Yeah, that extra Benelux in the graveyard just made all the difference protecting Will of the Salamangreat.
Yeah, Will's a really strong card. I've always been shocked that it wasn't in every single Salamangreat deck.
Should Tsukimitsu have... Oh no, because yeah, he was in a situation where it was Infinite Impermanence was on the Pankratops, so it wasn't like you could tribute in the end phase after the whole chain resolve, tribute and clear the Will of the Salamangreat to prevent Angel using his second Benelux to protect it.
Yeah, you would have had to chain two Impermanence.
And then he would have had to have made that decision quite far in advance. And we'll see a quick Xe summon.
And immediately detach that material to special summon something.
Yeah, we're running pretty low on time. We've still got like nearly 9 minutes left right now.
Yeah, what's running out here is Tsukimitsu's cards.
Yeah, he's falling further and further behind in these exchanges, and the recovery, we're seeing the recovery of the Salamangreat deck here really paying off. And that's 3,800 damage, I believe.
And Light Sage is going to get taken out.
Yeah, and it's co-linked, so a new card can be drawn. Picks up
yet another card. Gotta make sure that he
Yeah,
It's
randomized that
randomized
deck.
first.
Salamangreat Rage set. That's a very strong position to be in. Trickstar Light Stage coming down for Sukumitsu.
See, he uses the rage right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of have to, because otherwise you get locked down.
Yeah, that pretty much locks the game up, I think.
I don't see any way he's getting out of this one.
Infinite Impermanence.
Nothing left there.
Yeah. Yeah, Angel's also got the Lady Debug in his hand, so he's going to be...
He's got plenty of damage.
Yeah, he's just...
He just has to play it, really.
Yep.
He's Foxy. Takes a look and finds Salamangreat Rage.
And then spinning, and there's a handshake, and Angel is going to be progressing on to the top 4 of the Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2019.